Hello, my friends. I have another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Kringle Candle Butter Rum Cafe. This is the second candle from the new holiday lineup that I am reviewing for you here on my channel. Full disclosure, this candle was sent to me in PR from Kringle Candle, so I do want to thank them for doing that. However, you guys have known, if you look through my catalog of candle reviews, I do remain unbiased in my reviews. I try to give you the pros and cons of every candle, give you my determination of how a candle has performed in my house. I do always list in the description box down below the layout of my home as well as environmental factors, so that way you can compare them to the size and environmental factors of your home. So I try to give you all of the details so that way you can determine if a candle would be a good addition to your collection or if you can go ahead and pass and save some money. So this is one of their standard 2-wick large vessels. I believe currently on the website, this candle is only available in the large and medium tumbler formats. They are 100% soy wax, and there are plans for this to be released, I believe, in a 3-wick as well as daylights and wax melts. The pour date of this specific candle that I am reviewing is August 8th, 2024. And we have top notes listed as caramel and butter, mid notes of nut and spice, base notes of cream and vanilla. So what does my nose detect? Honestly, you guys, I am very surprised by how much I am enjoying this fragrance. When I smelled this candle on Cold Snip, I liked it. In fact, if you caught the video that I did with my husband where we were giving like our initial Cold Snip impressions right before these candles released, this was actually his favorite candle from the collection. But I told him, I said, I get a little bit nervous of caramel and butter notes when they are listed in Kringle candles because sometimes those fragrance accords combined can come across a little bit scorched once I get to burning these candles. However, this one is actually really nice. It actually reminds me a lot of like a good butterscotch type of fragrance. Now, I personally have never had like a butter rum toddy or anything like that, which I know this isn't a toddy scent. There's no alcohol or booziness in here because it's not being marketed as that way. But it's just a very nice it reminds me a lot of like butterscotch. That's the type of fragrance that I am getting from this. It's unique. It's a different gourmand than what I typically burn this time of year. It's definitely dense and buttery without it being like a cake, like a dense buttery cake or cookie or anything like that. It's definitely got some creaminess to it in the base. Whatever nut note they are using, maybe a little bit, maybe that lends an extra layer of savoriness to it. And the spice note in here, I don't detect anything overly like cinnamon like, but maybe there is a little bit of like nutmeg or clove in here. The spice accord is definitely in the background. Really, to my nose, what this is a definitely a savory, dense, buttery type of fragrance, but there are some spices in there. There is some sweetness, which is probably coming from the cream and vanilla, but it definitely smells like a very dense drink without it being lactonic, like a milkshake or anything like that. It's very, very nicely done, and I have been surprised by how much I am enjoying it. The morning that I am filming this, I've actually been burning it with Homeworks' pumpkin ginger snap. I've also been burning it with some tree fragrances. It's a very versatile gourmand. So if you're looking for a gourmand fragrance that's a little bit outside of the box, it's not your typical cinnamon or your cookie or your pie type of fragrance. Maybe if you like something that smells a little bit more like butterscotch, I think that you would really enjoy this fragrance. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So you can see I'm at about the halfway mark. This candle has actually been burning for about 4 hours, which I've kind of broken my rule on this candle, and you will see why. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little bit closer. I don't know if you can see these wicks. So these wicks right here are definitely, they are very, very hot and strong. Now, are they sooting like crazy? No. However, because they are a little bit thicker and they burn a little bit hotter, I would recommend max burn time on this candle as well as the sparkling cinnamon, or not sparkling cinnamon, frosted spice. I keep like doing like a Freudian slip with that because I feel like that Frosted Spice candle is similar to Yankees Sparkling Cinnamon. But anyways, the Frosted Spice and this Butter Rum Cafe both have these very intense wicks. I don't feel like they're like as flame throwing as say those Summer Reserve candles that we had, but they definitely burn a little bit hotter than some of the Kringle wicks that we have seen recently. Obviously, you can see a nice clean soy wax pool there. But the reason why I'm saying you want to probably keep it to a 3 hour minimum is because you can probably start to see here there is a little bit of soot accruing around the top of the vessel. It's like I said, I'm not seeing any big giant puffs of smoke coming off of them, but you do want to keep that in mind. And I have been trimming the wicks after each burn. So in terms of the cleanliness of the burn, I think that the wax itself is clean, but I do see this candle being a little bit sootier just because those wicks are a little bit thicker. That being said, you guys, the performance in terms of strength and throw, this is pretty solid. Throughout the entire halfway point here, like the first half of this burn, this candle has consistently performed at about a solid 8 in terms of strength and throw. It's not cloying. It's definitely noticeable. When I burn it out here in the open concept, it definitely fills the living room, throws into the kitchen. It doesn't expand all the way into the bedrooms, which you guys know I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm usually burning more than one candle at a time anyways, trying to use up my collection. But yeah, this one is a solid 8 in terms of strength and throw. When I burn it in the bedroom, it does project a little bit outside of the bedroom. It definitely fills up a smaller, more close concept space a lot easier. So overall, you guys, I would say that if you are interested in a little bit more of a unique gourmand fragrance, this is one that you might want to add to your collection. Like I said, this one and the Frosted Spice have been my strongest performing candles so far. Although I've started to burn some of the other country candles in this holiday launch, and one of them did particularly well for me, but I've only gotten 2 burns in on it, so I will still give my reviews on that probably in a few more weeks. But anyways, I'm starting to get through some of these candles and wanted to share some thoughts with you. I do have a discount code with Kringle Candle. My discount code with them is Katie15. It should save you 15% off of your purchase with Kringle. You might want to keep tabs on the Kringle Facebook group as well as on the website because I have noticed recently that they have been restocking some highly sought after reserve fragrances like Vintage Pomander, Sparkling Macarons, or Macaroons, they're calling it, even though that's not a macaroon on the front. They also restocked Jelly Donut. I don't know, I pre-filmed these a little bit, so I don't know if that is out of stock again, but you might want to keep your eye on Kringle. There's also something else coming down the pipeline with Kringle. I should have my hands, well, by the time this review goes up, I should have my hands on it already. So you'll want to stay tuned. Be subscribed to my channel if you want more candle content. Please consider hitting that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And if you have already purchased this candle, what has your experience been with it? Always feel free to chime in the comment section down below. You guys are always so great about remaining respectful of myself and others within our community. And I always appreciate seeing you guys give your feedback and chime in down there. So consider subscribing to my channel if you're new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.